Lots of people are suggesting that this is something that our late and brilliant monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, would never have actually stated in public or indeed private. And this is now being seen as something of, shall we say, put it nicely, a bit of a misstep for His Majesty the King. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you today, and as ever, thank you so much for joining me. Nice that you see, look at these beautiful greeneries behind me. Very nice, isn't it? Yes, a lovely area here, let me tell you, in the very heart of London. We're still getting lots of greenery, which is at least nice, isn't it? I know lots of you told me about your weather back wherever you are. Some of you making me very envious already. I don't know about you, do you adhere to this thing, by the way, also about if you've got stiff joints, you know, sort of arthritis, rheumatism, stuff like that, do you believe it is better in the heat, or is that, you know, because I don't know about you, you know, I've often found I can't tell much of a difference whether it's sunny, you know, summer or winter, really. I just think it's old age, isn't it? Well, you know what they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. Yes, well, that's the thing, isn't it? And the other side of it, of course, is you have to think, how can you get going when it's cold? Are you like that? Yes. Well, I'm still taking that oil every day, you know, the extra virgin oil. Oh, I know. It's cheaper than cod liver oil capsules though, isn't it? You see, there's always a budget form on this show, isn't there? Let's get back to your royal story of the day. On a no serious note, as everybody now looks forward to His Majesty the King and his forthcoming visit, his first visit as King, over to the beautiful land that is Australia. I love Australia. I think they've got a fabulous sort of, you know, way of living, as it were. They're very much more laid back, seemingly don't seem as bothered too much about life and know how to enjoy themselves. I don't mean not bothered, but they have the right attitude to life. You know, I think over here in England, we're very concerned about doing all the things and making sure they know when to relax and when to play. And I think that's really important. Now, His Majesty the King, as we know, big fan of Australia, and of course alongside our wonderful Queen Camilla. What's fascinating though is, as we know, he's going to be taking 2 doctors as he pauses his treatment for his ongoing cancer battle. But recently he let out this particular statement saying that, you know, it was up to people if they wanted him to continue or not, and he wouldn't stand in their way if that was the case. As I said at the start of the video, really it wouldn't be something that our late monarch would have ever said. You know, she would have fought for that, and you know, obviously times change, things move on, and we've seen over in recent years the fact that many people now want to become independent. In many respects you can understand that, thousands of miles away, and does it seem right or appropriate that His Majesty is still the head of, as it were? But then you get other sides of the coin, and I've got many friends who absolutely adore the British monarchy out in Australia, and rightly so, as everybody knows. I'm a huge fan of it. But you know, many people are now stating over here in the United Kingdom, by saying that out in public and perpetuating this, and with the Republican movement growing and all that sort of stuff, why would Charles say that? Is it the right thing to say, and should he have just kept this particular thought to himself? One might surmise, of course, he's looking into the future and perhaps paving the way for his eldest son, Prince William, knowing that this might not be the case, obviously, in years to come. But as ever, it's really over to you. I'd love to know what you think. You know, should they sort of fight for these things to continue part of history? Or can they not do anything about it? And is Charles really sort of saying, look, this is the writing on the wall? Whichever way you look at it, over here he certainly stirred the pot, but sadly not for all the right reasons. Naturally, of course, we wish him all the very best as he embarks on his very first tour of Australia as King, alongside his Queen Camilla. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.